Thank you very much. Meanwhile, amid the battle over Baltimore, President Trump yesterday sat down with inner city faith leaders to talk about what is happening in their cities. Joining us right now is the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a Fox News contributor, Dr. Alveda King. She was there for that meeting at the White House. Dr. King, good morning to you.
Good morning, and our prayers for those who have lost loved ones in California as well. Good morning, Steve.
Indeed. Alveda, good morning to you. What can you tell us about the meeting with the president? Because yesterday some suggested it was damage control after the back and forth with Congressman Cummings and then with Al Sharpton, because it wasn't on the schedule, but you say it was scheduled for quite a while.
The meeting had been scheduled for several days, and it was long before the tweet battle that's going on. And we were invited to continue our discussions with the president and to have an update and report about some things that have been happening. Many of the leaders, the African-American leaders and pastors, have met with the president before, and we were concerned almost mutually about the sanctity of life and ending abortion and all of that, because we feel that there's a correlation between not caring for the babies in the womb, and then your community, your individuals, and everything will suffer. You know, I'm over at Civil Rights for the Unborn, and that's my message. Now, different ones of us were concerned about different things, but then collectively we agreed. The president spent a long time with us, and the meeting was not a photo op.
And Dr. King, did the topic of Baltimore and what to do about a lot of the areas like that have had a lot of problems, did that come up?
Well, actually, it did in different ways. I did say to the president, you know, Mr. President, I have pictures of you with Reverend Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton when you gave them free rent for their business exploits and that kind of things, and you supported, and they gave you awards and all of that kind of thing. I have a picture with my goddaughter, Angela Stanton King, American King Foundation, and Reverend Sharpton. But see, now they begin to hurl insults at the president. Nobody wants to understand that. And then with the president simply saying, your communities need to be fixed. And he said to Representative Cummings, Elijah Cummings, who actually said, either abort the babies now or you'll abort them, you'll kill them later. You know, he says things like that. But then you look at his community and you see individuals suffering, you see the community suffering and families suffering. So all of us in that room, all the pastors are working to reunite American families, strengthen the economy. We talked about all of those things, and they were presented very well by the leaders from around America.
Sure, but Dr. King, as you know, during your meeting, the backdrop was that the president was having this Twitter back and forth with Al Sharpton and Congressman Cummings as well. And some in the media have suggested that the president is a racist. We're going to play a little soundbite, then get your reaction. Listen to this.
Another racist attack on an African-American member of Congress.
A racist president who attacks people.
He says he's not a racist, but the racists believe he's a racist.
Donald Trump is a bigot and a racist. This isn't even subjective.
He has a particular venom for blacks and people of color.
Dr. King, what do you make of those people's opinion of that?
All of that news is absolutely fake. Even, for instance, the president did mention, we were talking about Frederick Douglass, the Douglass Leadership Institute and everything, and President Trump's support for all the work that Frederick Douglass did. He went on to just remind us that he cares about all Americans. You know, we all believe the same. That's something the president has said. One race, one human race. So he's not a racist, absolutely is not. And the programs that he has moved forward, the higher job market is helping African Americans. The criminal justice reform, helping African Americans. Yeah.
All right, Dr. Alveda King, we thank you very much for joining us today and sharing your recollections of your meeting yesterday with the president. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.